IBKR Lite is now finally here in Singapore. With this, Singapore investors can now trade US listed stocks and ETFs with zero commission fees. Voila! In this video, I will walk you through everything you need to know about IBKR Lite, what it is, how it compares to IBKR Pro, and most importantly, whether you should switch to IBKR Lite or not. But first, if you have not signed up for an IBKR account yet, what are you waiting for? IBKR is well known for offering some of the lowest trading fees in the industry. For the US stock market, it charges just 35 cents per trade under IBKR Pro and even $0 with IBKR Lite. On top of that, IBKR gives you access to Ireland domicile ETFs, which can help you save on withholding taxes, and comes with a suite of free research tools to help you make smarter investment decisions. So feel free to use my IBKR referral link to open your account today. Okay, back to IBKR Lite. So IBKR Lite was previously only available to US residents, and that was a bummer because with it, you will get to save on commission fees when you are trading the US market. But now, the wait is over as IBKR Lite is finally available to Singapore users. To access this feature, you first need to be on IBKR Singapore account. And how would you know you're on the Singapore account? To check, just open up your IBKR web portal, go to Performance and Reports, Other Reports, Accounts Confirmation Letter, generate the letter, and scroll all the way down. If it says Interactive Brokers Singapore, then you're using Interactive Brokers Singapore. Next, at the search bar on the top, type in Pricing Plan. Then click on IBKR Pricing Plan. Scroll down, and if you are eligible, you will be able to see IBKR Lite. Though, as of making this video, it still says coming soon. But I expect this to be available pretty soon. So, what are some of the differences between Pro version and the Lite version? The biggest difference is of course the commissions. As mentioned earlier, when you are trading the US markets, IBKR Lite clients will enjoy $0 commission versus paying 35 cents if you are on IBKR Pro's tiered pricing plan. Now, to some people, 35 cents feels like nothing. But hey, every little bit goes a long way, yeah. However, if you need to trade other markets, that's when IBKR Lite will be bad for you. That's because for other markets, IBKR will put you over to the fixed pricing plan, which generally has higher fees. For example, if you are buying Ireland domicile ETFs like VWRA on the UK market, the fixed pricing plan charges a $4 commission fee versus just $1.70 fee on the tiered pricing plan. Or if you are trading the Singapore market, the fixed pricing plan will only have the $2.50 minimum fee tier. Whereas if you are on the tiered pricing plan, the more you trade, the lower your minimum fee. Next, the second key difference is that IBKR Lite clients will not have access to IBKR's smart routing all the time. Smart routing is a powerful feature that Interactive Brokers uses to automatically find out the best available prices when you place a trade, whether it's for stocks, options, or complex combinations across multiple exchanges and even dark pools. He's speaking the language of gods. So here's an example. Let's say you want to buy a stock. IBKR's smart routing will then go through Exchange A, Exchange B, Exchange C, and even private exchanges called dark pools to see which is the best exchange to buy your stock. Then buy it from there. That's also why when you preview certain trades on IBKR, you might notice that the estimated commissions can vary. For example, here the fee ranges anywhere from $1 to close to $5 because that's the range of how much fees these exchanges will be charging. IBKR will then try its best to fulfill your order from the best exchange. By default, smart routing is enabled for IBKR Pro users, so you won't even notice it working in the background. Meanwhile, when trading the US market on IBKR Lite, smart routing is only available during overnight trading hours. As for other market hours, your orders will be routed through IBKR's Lite routing. Lite routing means the trade will be directed to specific market makers rather than the full range of exchanges and venues typically accessible through smart routing. Or, to put it simply, unlike IBKR Pro, Lite clients won't be able to get the best possible price. Is this a deal breaker? The answer isn't that straightforward. That's because investors who have tried both IBKR Pro and IBKR Lite reported that they didn't notice any significant difference in trade execution quality. As for those who did observe a difference, it was often described as very minimal, something that likely wouldn't affect long-term investors making occasional trades. So those were the two major differences between IBKR Pro and Lite. Besides that, there are also a few minor differences here and there. First, IBKR Lite will get a lower 0.5% interest on their idle cash. For example, USD amounts more than $10,000, IBKR Pro users will currently get 3.83% interest per annum, while IBKR Lite users will get 3.33%. Second, IBKR Lite users will be charged a higher 1% interest on their margin loan as compared to IBKR Pro users. Third, when IBKR does auto currency conversion, IBKR Lite users will get a 9 basis point spread as compared to IBKR Pro users who will only get a 3 basis point spread. And lastly, IBKR Lite users won't have access to IBKR API, which some IBKR Pro users need to do things like trade automation. Now, here's an interesting question. Given that IBKR allows you to switch between pricing plans, can't you just switch over to IBKR Lite when trading US markets for the $0 commission and switch back to IBKR Pro for other features? Well, yes, you certainly can do that. But unfortunately, IBKR only allows you to switch up to 3 times over a 90-day period. And switching requests are only processed on Fridays. So it's not as though you can switch here, switch there to get the best of both worlds. Okay? In that case, what if you create multiple IBKR accounts and use IBKR Lite account to trade the US market and IBKR Pro account for everything else? Unfortunately, that won't work because when you switch your pricing plan, the change will apply to all accounts associated with the owner of these accounts. However, I suppose if you never link the accounts together, you would be able to do this trick. Okay, here are my thoughts. While IBKR Lite allows you to trade with $0 commission on the US market, there's obviously no free lunch here, as IBKR will still have to earn money somehow. However, I do think that IBKR Lite is actually pretty good for people who only need to trade the US markets, because when you look at every other broker that offers free trades, they usually earn from you elsewhere, such as by charging a much wider currency conversion spread or making free trades only available through their regular savings plans, which sort of forces you to keep using them. Meanwhile, IBKR's currency conversion spread remains one of the best in the industry, even on IBKR Lite. Plus, there are no limits on the number of commission-free trades that you can make. Ultimately, the choice comes down to your personal priorities and trading style. If you value getting the best possible trade execution and access to advanced features, paying the small commission with IBKR Pro might be worth it. But if you're looking to minimize costs and don't mind the trade-off, then IBKR Lite offers a solid commission-free alternative. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you found it useful. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every week.